What do we have after that? We had the
Netflix.
What? Not to be outdone by Marvel or DC. Netflix came hard this year.
Yeah, I'm so excited. It's their first time they had a panel at ComicCon. And it's awesome because I love Netflix. I'm a huge Netflix fan.
Who isn't?
Shout out to my dad for letting me use his password all these years.
Thanks,
Still
Pop.
on it.
There it is.
But yeah, we got to see the Stranger Things trailer.
Yes, we did.
And holy shit!
The shits is holy.
So excited. So what did you like about it?
Well, I'm a big fan of the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Like, I love all that nostalgia throwback. Much like a movie we're going to talk about a little later on, this movie, Stranger Things, is pretty much nerd porn because the Duffer brothers, I think it's Duffer, not Duffer, maybe it's Duffer, you can tell that we're now in an age where creators grew up in the 80s and 90s with properties that are coming back like Your Fuller Houses and Rocko's Modern Life, a new one of that is coming out. The old Voltron series.
Rocko's Modern Life. Love me.
When are they going to make a new Ren and Stimpy? Now, that was my Nick jam. Give me some Ren and Stimpy. But you can tell that they're all in the mindset of, oh, hey, now that we're adults, we literally want to make movies about this stuff. Like, hey, we Scooby's do movies because Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's just the age you live in.
Yeah.
Everything's nostalgia, a throwback to the stuff you grew up with, and you're pretty much making money off of people's memories.
I love that.
Not throwing shade, though, because Stranger Things, what they had? I said not throwing shade.
Yeah.
They had the Ghostbuster references, where all the 4 kids dressed up as the Ghostbusters, super 80s.
Yeah.
This whole thing feels like a Spielberg movie as far as E.T. or something like Jurassic Park, where you're finding mystery and wonder around every corner.
And the soundtrack, too.
The song that they used for this trailer. Please tell them what the song was.
Thriller. Like, I couldn't, I didn't realize that was going to happen. Like, as I was watching the trailer, like, when it went into Thriller, I was losing my mind.
I recognize Vincent Price's voice because he's like an old, very famous film star.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood.
But I thought there was just going to be voiceover, and then when you started to hear like, I'm like, what's happening right now?
Yeah, over the tombstones.
Yeah.
Like, it was just perfect.
It was perfect. There was a little clip of Sean Ashton, again, another 80s reference. Winona Ryder's back as Will's mom, queen of the 80s. And I really like how in this one, they're almost jumping right into it. It seems like we're not going to wait. She was saying she doesn't like that.
I feel so bad for Will. Like, within the first 30 seconds of the trailer, he's already back in the Upside Down. I'm like, come on, cut him a break.
He's fine.
No, poor little Will is scared. He's alone.
He needs to be the damsel so the other 4 can be the hero.
I just don't, why can't we put one of the other guys in? It's your turn to go in the Upside Down.
I feel as though based on the first one, we got closer to the 3 guys and 11. 11, right? Was it 11? Yes, 11.
How could you forget?
Don't give me crap in the comments.
I take personal offense to that.
But I do think it's cool how she's not the damsel. In fact, she's the hero. She saves everything in the end.
Yeah.
You need someone to save. I think that's Will. I think it's cool how a problem I have with a lot of horror movies is like, they're like, but this is happening. And the adults are like, hey, you're crazy. And the adults are like, no, we know something freaky's going to town. It's not good
That's pretty
stuff.
cool.
They have stuff like arcades in it. Oh my God, going back to the 80s. Like just.
Oh, yeah. What I wanted to say is the game that they play is now an arcade game.
Well, it's been an arcade game.
It was a board game before.
I remember, but it was a board game as well. But I remember playing that when I was like in elementary school.
But in the last season, they never played it in an arcade game. They only played it on a board game. So
Right,
I thought like it was like you can see like it's progressed. Like they're probably like, oh my God, our favorite game is now.
Oh, I see what you mean, like within their world.
Yes, within their world, like they're like, oh my God, this is
like
so
a new
cool.
toy.
Exactly.
Gotcha. I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right though. So yeah, that just shows like they're cramming this thing full of 80s references. The monsters look awesome. They have that big, I forget the name of it. I looked it up right before we started taping, but that big, veiny, tentacled monster. It looks like
that is the correct name for it. Big, veiny, tentacle monster.
I believe for all of you hentai fans out there, that is the official name for it. But it looks like that's going to be the big bad this season, and apparently the Demogorgon actually is birthed from that thing, sort of, what's that movie, Cloverfield style. So I'm willing to, I can't wait to see how this pans out, because it's one thing to stop, 7'1" monster, but if you have to fight this giant Godzilla beast, what are you gonna do, small town? What are you gonna do?
11. That's what they're gonna
11.
do.
I think you're right. I think it's gonna be 11. What else did Netflix drop? They dropped the Defenders trailer.
Yes.
Thoughts?
Okay, so as I was watching it, I was like, this is awesome. We've got Jessica Jones. We've got Luke Cage.
Who I love, Kristen Ritter's side now.
Yeah,
I mean, ever since Breaking Bad. No, ever since the Bee in Apartment 23. If you ever saw that show. Good show. Look it up on Netflix. Good stuff.
Okay. We have Daredevil, and then I'm like, and we got this other guy.
Like everyone else, we also hate the Iron Fist. Like I went on a rant about this on our last iteration of Scooby's Doo movies, but how do you have the greatest martial artist in the world? He's supposed to be on the level of Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, Jet Li, and he's a blonde-haired, blue-eyed guy who looks like he does yoga.
Not
now,
right.
Don't throw shade at me, internet. I know my comic stuff. I understand that Danny Rand was a character from the comic books created in the 70s. That's what he is. He's a white guy. But it was the 70s, for God's sakes. Update that shiz. Marvel's done race swaps before.
And I was saying, like, you could have the argument that it's stereotyping to make it like an Asian dude.
That might be racist.
But it's like he's a kung fu master. Like, come on.
Like, not some guy who knows kung fu. It's not like Batman. You can get away with that because he studied some kung fu. He's supposed to be the greatest kung fu artist in the world. Give that to an Asian guy.
Yeah,
it would
I
be the
agree.
same thing as making Black Panther a white guy. It's like you could say he was raised by the African king, Tarzan style, stranded up on the island. But do you realize how unfulfilling that would be?
No, and we were saying it's like the monks just picked him, and they're like, "We're going to train you. You white man are going to be the one that rules them all. None of these other Asian kids running around here. You."
So that. Hate that movie. I mean, that series for that reason specifically. But yeah, excited for Jessica Jones. Excited for Luke Cage and Daredevil to all be teamed up. Sigourney Weaver, Ripley herself, nerd queen. Sigourney Weaver will be playing Alexandra, the head of the Hand, the evil ninja / cult organization that's been trying to kill Daredevil and Elektra for the past 2 seasons.
And I have to say, like, her calm demeanor in the trailer is just extra chilling. She always has it together. Like, she is unbothered. She's not fazed.
Even when they do something that should piss her off, like bust up her office, you're right, she's still calm. Her voice never goes up.
It's like when your parents yelled at you when you were a kid, and instead of yelling, they were just like, "Come here. We have to talk."
That's the one.
Like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm in trouble.
And then to piggyback off that, when they don't like really like choke you out, they just hit you with the "I'm really disappointed in you." Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Knife in the heart.
They know how to get you, parents. It's all the mind game.
Parents.
All right. We also have on the movie side of the Netflix things, we had Death Note, based on the anime Death Note.
Okay, so as you know, I am terrified of scary movies.
She is.
I am the biggest baby. I will read about them. I will make my friends tell me all about it, but I can't sit down and watch it.
Based on actual events.
Yeah, like I can't do it. So I was like, I was reading about Death Note. I was like, this sounds very scary. Like, gonna sit and watch the trailer. I don't know if I can handle it. And I put the trailer on, and I was just like, it didn't really seem scary. The monster seemed cartoonish. Like, if their job is to scare the shit out of you, like, it's not doing it for me. And
Mission
that's coming
failed?
from a big baby. I'm a big baby.
Mission failed?
Yeah, mission failed.
I had a different feeling than you.
Okay.
Only because I first clicked on it Saturday night when it dropped at ComicCon. I started to watch it. 2 seconds into the trailer, I had to turn on my light because when the camera pans around and you hear William Dafoe's voice, crazy ass William Dafoe from Spider-Man, and the kid turns around. I feel like if I was sitting in a dark room and I turned around and this giant clown demon was standing behind me, I feel like I would have reacted that way. I'd be scared. So it had me based on just it scared me. I'll say that much. As far as
Because I'm tougher. It's clearly what we learned here.
Shots fired. Call Rihanna. Shots fired. Yeah, it had me. I'll be watching on Netflix when it comes out. Again, like the Iron Fist thing, there were some complaints of whitewashing because the characters are traditionally Asian. It's based on an anime, but I'm like, you know what? It's a Netflix movie. I think we're glad we're getting it all because Hollywood never made this thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And, I think we'll come back after. I'm going to try to sit down and watch it, so I may eat my words. We'll see.
We'll see. All right. If you can get through it. If you can't, then you'll have to eat those words.
Yeah.
And finally, on the Netflix front, we had Bright, starring Will Smith and directed by David Ayer from Suicide Squad fame, Infamy, and End of Watch, Fury. Those of you know those movies.
Fury's great.
Fury is great.
But
great.
like
and End of Watch is great
if
too.
it's going to be any inclination of how bright is going to be. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the movie. I love the idea of it, but
Very cool premise.
yeah, and I love that Netflix is doing this new genre. Like, we're getting to see like orcs and elves and fairies and humans like coexist together.
They're taking the AMC HBO route. They're like, make it all fantasy and sci-fi.
Yeah, and also it kind of goes along with that whole theme of all these people reuniting and getting together for the common good.
Sure.
Like fighting evil.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to see like the dynamics between orcs and humans, but the trailer, it didn't really suck me in.
Okay, it had me because, like, they say you can sell a movie based on plot or you can sell a movie based on concept. For me, this would be a movie that had me just on concept alone.
Yeah.
Because the idea, it would be like if Lord of the Rings was like the real world, like our world, and 1,000 years later, they evolved and we're in present day, where you have like orcs who are like gangbangers, and you have elves who are like, you know, Ivy League, 1%, blue bloods, and humans obviously stuck in the middle between these more powerful races than them. And it's also, I think it could be a really cool sort of metaphor, analogous for the current social structure that we're living in, where the haves and the have-nots, how we treat immigrants. Orcs are supposed to be more like the immigrants, the outcast and everything. Yeah. Elves are supposed to be like someone like, I mean, they're all pale and blonde hair and blue eyed. They look like Aryans. I mean, there's not a lot of subtlety there.
It's very reflective of like the social times right now.
Absolutely.
So, and I like that. That's what you said, the concept. I like the concept.
Sure. It's
just the plot. Watching the trailer, I'm like,
Didn't really have you.
Yeah, but we'll see.
We'll see. I am excited for that one. And we're wrapping up with... Alex, what are we wrapping up with?
We are wrapping up with Ready Player One.
Ready Player One!
Woo!
Spielberg is back in genre film.
Yeah, and this looks sick. Like, if you haven't seen the trailer, you need to go watch it now, because there's so many references that it's just mind-blowing.
Think of it like this. I feel like this was semi the soft pitch for it at the studio. It's based on a novel, but still, this is how you pitch it to executives. It's part The Matrix, part Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, part the Lego Movie.
Part treasure hunt for extreme nerds.
Think about that. Like, all that stuff thrown into a blender, because basically the plot of the movie is they live in a post-apocalyptic future. What year? It's 2045 Earth. Everyone escapes into this virtual reality.
The Oasis.
Called the Oasis, created by a mysterious guy named James Holliday. So it was like this really elusive Elon Musk, Bill Gates, except weirder. That's where the Willy Wonka comes in. Mm-hmm. He dies, but he leaves sort of clues in this fictional virtual reality world in which, if you can solve all these clues, you'll win his entire $1 trillion fortune and you'll be set for life pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely, it looks really exciting. Mm-hmm. And like I was saying before, all the references in it are really crazy. It's basically a treasure hunt.
Right.
But something that I found out that I think is really exciting.
I completely missed this. Look at little Miss Detective over here.
Okay, so if you watch the trailer, in the scene that kind of looks like a Mario Kart in real life, all the cars like jumping onto the moving highways, there's a car that rolls over, and if you like, it's a very, very quick second, but there's a QR code. So if you pause your screen and you have a QR code scanner, you can scan it and it will take you to the website Innovative Online Industries.
Okay.
Which is supposed to be the evil organization that's trying to take over the Oasis.
You see, I completely missed that. But how smart is that to leave Easter eggs, like interactive Easter eggs, in a movie about virtual reality? That's so smart.
It's amazing.
I can't believe they did that. Very smart, Spielberg. I would expect nothing less from him. And here's just a list of just a few of the things that are going to be featured in this movie. They've got the DeLorean from Back to the Future in that sort of Mario Kart Twisted Metal scene we're talking about. They have the light cycles from Tron, the A-Team van. A-Team, of all things. They have Harley Quinn, Freddy Krueger, the Iron Giant, Duke Nukem, for all of you 90s shoot-'em-up video game fans. And that's just like scratching. That's a little
scratching
nip
the surface.
And
that's just in the trailer. Like, can you imagine the entire film? Like,
we didn't even notice all the things in the trailer because it goes by too fast. There's just literally thousands of references.
You would have to be pausing it frame by frame.
Yeah, like we have jobs. We can't sit there and pause the dissecting movie for 20 minutes. But, I mean, no, we'd probably be like half a day doing that. Yeah, going through all those characters. But I'm so glad to see Spielberg back in genre film. I remember reading a bunch of interviews and reports saying that it had to be Steven Spielberg. Like, the studio went to him, courting him, because they're like, they had to get so many different rights for all these characters and licenses from other studios that they were like, the only director we feel in this town that could go to 7, 8 different studios and book companies and video game companies and being like, hey,
We're gonna
Can we
put
use this
in our
thing?
movie.
It would have to be somebody as respected as Steven Spielberg. It
Yeah.
worked. Good on
Amen.
you, because the movie's coming out. I mean, well, Scoobies. I think that's it.
That's all we have?
That's all we got. Like, that was plenty. That was a
Okay.
lot.
You did a lot of talking.
ComicCon.
I did a lot of nodding.
Comic-Con is over. Another year come and gone. Great stuff. We weren't there this year, but like Alex said, we have every intention to be there next year to bring it to you live from the floor. That's going to do it for this episode. Make sure to check us out on the social medias at Scoobies Do Movies.
And like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Click
and
it.
follow our Instagram page, Scoobies
Always
Do Movies.
do it.
Just, like, share, do it all.
Until next time, stay groovy,
groovy, Scoobies.
Scoobies.